Hey there. I just wanted to talk to you today about a concept that's been on my mind lately. Um, because a lot of people have been asking me, Rich, what's been the key to you making these changes in your life? Um, some of them, it was forced on me by my situation, but in truth, I'd been working to get out of a place that was really not conducive towards my goals. Um, it's probably the biggest obstacle everybody faces, dealing with their goals and thinking about where they want to go in the world. And that's a place called your comfort zone. There's a lot of misconceptions about it. A lot of people say, I'm not comfortable in my life. I have a crap job. I don't have a good relationship. My marriage is doing this. My kids don't like me. My whatever isn't comfortable. And the comfort zone isn't about sitting poolside drinking Mai Tais. It isn't about not ever having to work. It's not about sleeping in every morning and being able to go to restaurants so you don't have to cook. It's not about having somebody clean up after you. It's not about living a comfortable life. In training and in all the programs I write, I consider there's a concept that I consider. And everybody thinks of adaptation. You adapt to the workout. You adapt to your new job. You adapt to whatever change you're making. The concept of accommodation is the fact that when something happens to you the first time, you're really panicked about it. Um, if you move into a new neighborhood and you see you see something happen, a police incident or something the next block over, oh my God, it's a big deal. But if it happens two or three times, you kind of say, oh, well, yeah, that's that one house. You no longer react to it. And that's accommodation. And once you accommodate something, you are now in your comfort zone. A lot of us had accommodated a lot of things. I was willing to sacrifice and give up a lot of things because I didn't want to get out of that comfort zone. I'd rather not do those things necessary for me to take my AdvoCare business to the next level. I wasn't going out and talking to people about it. I wasn't representing AdvoCare very confidently or out into the world. I wasn't doing the same thing gym wise. I was just kind of letting it flow as it was. Let people come, let people go. But I wasn't trying to drive the business. I was very comfortable. I would rather have just stayed where I was than do what's necessary to make that change. Physically, I didn't push myself. Um, I was doing some weightlifting training because I was comfortable with it. I was doing this, I was doing that. I was eating what was comfortable. Oh, sure, I want to eat well, but I don't feel like cooking tonight, so let's order a pizza. I was making all of these decisions because it was more important for me to stay in my comfort zone than it was for me to make those improvements. And that really is the biggest obstacle people face, is being comfortable. We've accommodated our lives instead of truly adapting to what it needs to be, what we need to be, what we need to become if we're going to live that life we always dream of. Let that sink in. I was not doing what was necessary for me to become what I wanted to become, what I thought I should become. It was more important to be comfortable than it was to make myself uncomfortable to make those changes. I did have a massive incident, threw me out of my comfort zone. My world essentially came crashing down on me. But the great gift from that was I got a different perspective. Yes, I have great motivation to be doing the cardio necessary to support my fat loss. I have the great motivation now. Somebody does have a gun to my head. If I don't do this, the gun could go off. So it is, you are going to say, oh, well, it's easy for you, Rich. You have a different situation. Yeah, I do have a different situation. I can't do what I've always done. But you know what that's done for me? That's made me do the things I needed to do to become a better person. You don't lose 20 pounds without making those changes. Those changes to your diet. Those changes to your workout program. Instead of saying, oh yeah, I don't want to drag the sled today, I make sure every morning I do my cardio. I've made those changes. The next side of it really is, again, connecting to that vision, to that motivation. God, I don't want to die. So it's very important I make these changes. It's very important I do this. That really throws you out of your comfort zone. If I stay here, I'm going to die. What I want to come to you today with, before I get off on a side tangent, is give you some ideas to help you get out of your comfort zone. You can hire me to yell at you and I'll follow you around and all that, but that's what I call the Oprah program. It's going to cost you $1 million to have me follow you around and micromanage you to the point where you're at that goal. Beat on you with a hammer until you become what the person you need to be to achieve your goals. Probably not the best thing for either one of us. You really want to pay attention to things you can do yourself, because really, you don't need my help. You don't need anything else. It's in you to do what you need to do to make those changes. You can step out of your comfort zone now, in an instant. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something that makes you uncomfortable today, that you know is going to move you towards your goals. This year in January, literally my deadline was midnight. At midnight, I was committing to the 180 program in Advocare. Advocare's 180 program, it's kind of taken our concept to another level, because doing the 24-day challenge, which has now become the 24-day jumpstart, because that's all it was supposed to be, was a jumpstart to your new life. Mine started 12:01 or 12:00:01. This year I was committed to that because I said, you know what? I've got to change my life for all the reasons I talked about earlier. But that was the deadline for me to start. That was the point at which I drew the line in the sand. And the deadline for me to have made these changes, to have revolutionized my life, I set for being my birthday. Conveniently, that's in July. So setting New Year's resolutions and setting birthday resolutions for me works because it's about 6 months apart. You need to set those deadlines and you need to stick to those deadlines. You also need to make small changes every day. You can't change it all at once. You can't make those changes. Somebody pulling into the parking lot here. You can't make those changes in an instant. You have to change something little every day, which again is what the 180 program is for me. It's my daily process of change. It's my reminder. I have 80 days of changes. During this time, really, instead of focusing on what you don't enjoy, what you don't want to do, you need to focus on what you're good at. Because doing what you're good at is going to build you some personal momentum. And that personal momentum will carry over into anything. For me, I really am good at working out. I'm good at pushing myself physically. I need to do that so that I can have confidence to stand in front of you and make a video. And lastly, you need to change your mindset. For me, it's about reading. I constantly need to feed myself positive mental images. Reading, listening to motivational videos on YouTube, and staying away from those negative influences, those things that come crashing in on you, those people that say, you can't do it. The people that say, oh, no, no, you want to stay where you're at, and things will change. But they won't change unless you change, and that's kind of the point. Lastly, what you need to focus on is what you can do now. Yes, I said change can't happen in an instant, but we can instantly change something that changes something else, that changes something else, that you don't even know down the line is going to be the thing that yields you the great results you're looking for. Anyway, I appreciate it. Sorry for running a little long. Make those deadlines, set those deadlines. Remind yourself of the things that you can change today. Take action and change them. And focus on what makes you great. Anyway, that's pretty much what I have to say today. I will talk to you soon. If you like this video, leave a comment down below. Or send me a message either on Facebook or on YouTube, and we can get in touch. You have a great day. Do those things today so that you can live life without permission tomorrow. Talk to you then.